Thank you. All right, let's get some more perspective on this right now, both on Europe's outrage and the seeming phobia of Snowden. Let's talk to a member of the European Parliament, Kyriacos Triantaphyllides, live from Strasbourg. And hello to you, sir, from Moscow. The French are leading the rhetorical charge. But when push comes to shove, do you think it can or is even willing to stand up to Washington?
Yes, hello to you. We are having a debate on this issue this afternoon in the European Parliament, but let me make it absolutely clear that our position as European Parliament, and more especially as the European left group, is that Snowden should be given asylum even in Europe or anywhere else in the world, because we do not consider him a traitor, we consider him a hero. He is the man who has warned people that their fundamental personal rights, the rights to privacy, are being violated by the United States and others. And we think that if we have to fight criminality and terrorism, we should do this within the legal framework by respecting human rights and not becoming criminals ourselves. Therefore, the whole affair is a shocking affair for us. We perhaps have a different understanding than those in the United States as to what human rights are. We consider human rights as inviolable.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but when you talk about the issue of human rights, let's just bring on one more angle here. When all of this was first coming out about Edward Snowden, there were many European leaders who hailed him as a hero. But then, after perhaps having a behind-closed-door telephone call with Washington, many European leaders are now running away from Snowden. You're a member of the European Parliament. What exactly is Washington threatening its European allies with?
Well, I'm not talking on behalf of the European leaders. I'm talking on behalf of parliamentarians, and we might have a different understanding with them. As parliamentarians, we are defenders of human rights, and no threats from the United States or elsewhere would make us change our minds. We are going to state this very, very clearly and loudly this afternoon during the debate.
Well, we're certainly seeing various European leaders backpedaling when it comes to, for example, the recent Bolivian president's plane being grounded, not being allowed to go through European airspace. It would seem that Washington has had a hand to do with something about that. Another notable example of a turnaround is Ecuador, which has really dialed back on its support for Snowden after a call from Vice President Joe Biden. Why are even non-allies seemingly intimidated by this?
Well, as I said before, the interests of leaders might be different from the interests of parliamentarians. We are defenders of the rights of the citizens who elected us, and we are not intimidated by any threats. What the European or other leaders are doing is their affair. They might have such relationships with the United States that they can be intimidated. But we are here to defend people. We are here to defend Snowden, and we are here to defend our European citizens. So we are not going to be intimidated by anybody.
Okay. So you're here to defend European citizens. So I must ask you, as it's agreed, you are an MEP appointed to represent the people of Europe. Do you mind having the US snooping on your communications, if indeed it's all in the name of security?
As I said before, you cannot fight terrorism by becoming a terrorist yourself. The thing is, the heroic thing about it is that you fight illegality by being legal within the legal framework. If I am to become a criminal myself in order to fight criminality, I am not achieving anything. I'm only increasing crime in the world, in my view. So the thing is to respect the human rights and find such a framework that you can fight terrorism without becoming a criminal yourself. And what the United States are now doing by stealing all this data, the personal data, and violating privacy, this is criminal.
All right, Kyriacos Triantaphyllides, a member of the European Parliament, thank you for sharing your time with us here on RT today.